So thanks for joining me. And so today I'm going to be talking about my investment challenge, and this is discovering my dividends. So the best picks from last week's and kind of what I'm looking forward to in the upcoming week. So to start off the year, I had a short week and really only had two stocks that I bought into. So we're going to just compare the two of them and give you my short and long on those. And let's get started. So I'm going to be comparing EQB and TF. So I'm going to be evaluating on three levels. We're going to be do value, growth, and income. So just a disclaimer before I get going, I am not an advisor. So if you're needing advice, definitely go see a professional advisor or do your due diligence before you do any purchases. Anything I'm sharing here is just my own opinion. And of course, what I think is going to work for my portfolio may not work for yours. All right. So first thing, I'm starting with value. So EQB is potentially undervalued based on the PE ratio and the PB ratio and ROE of 14%, where TF is slightly overvalued. And so therefore, EQB would probably be a better value out of the two that I purchased. Next, I'm going to be talking about growth. And EQB is showing a higher year over year earnings growth and a 5-year CAGR. TF is a niche focused and has limited scalability. So again, I'm with growth. I'm going with EQB. And if you base it on last year, EQB had substantial growth. Now, as far as what I'm doing with my portfolio, I use WealthSimple, and I do have a link below. And the reason I um, include that is because I use WealthSimple because it's easy to use, and I don't pay fees on any of my Canadian stocks or ETFs that I buy. Uh, if it's right for you, definitely check it out. Use my link. We both get a reward. All right. So the third part here is finally going to get on to what the income is. And EQB has a low yield, but high sustainability and room for growth. TF is a high yield payout and is at its max level. And it is also vulnerable to interest rates. But I'm going with TF here because TF does have a substantial uh, dividend payout and it pays out monthly, which I do like. So I'm just going to dive into the risks here. All right. So some of the risks, interest rate risks are moderate for EQB, where TF, they are high. Sector concentration, EQB is diversified with a lending portfolio where TF is concentrated on commercial mortgages. And then, of course, I go over to dividend risk. EQB is sustainable and has a low payout ratio, where TF is a high payout ratio and it's kind of at its max level. So that is kind of the risk there. But before I jump into my conclusion, I just want to say go ahead and click subscribe and like. That'll help out my channel. Do appreciate it. I hope you'll join me for my next video. And the conclusion is I went with EQB for value and growth with high yield growth potential and low payout ratio. So it does have that income potential in the future. Now, I do have some others that I just like to touch on quickly. A better value one might be IMO. So Imperial Oil Growth EQB still stands out as maybe the best potential. Going in income rather than TF, if you're looking for an alternative, TD after it had its like recent kind of drop, an alternative for best value would be Go Easy Limited. So that's GSY. Best income stability, FN, First National Financial. So I have those as alternatives that I'm kind of looking over, although they're kind of a little bit more on the outside for my portfolio, but something else you might want to look at just because of their potential. All right. Now, with that being said, I hope you'll join me for my next video. See you next time. Have a great day.